Have you ever faced situations where your Excel workflow requires decision to be made automatically based on conditions? Writing conditional logic in VBA helps automate such decisions, making your script smarter and more efficient. Whether it's generating reports, applying formatting, or automating tasks based on specific conditions. Conditional logic is a must have skill for any VBA developer. Hi everyone, I am Devanshi from Know How Academy and welcome to today's tutorial on mastering conditional logic in VBA. In this video, I'll guide you through the basics and advanced techniques for writing conditional logic in VBA. By the end of this tutorial, you'll understand how to make your VBA scripts dynamic and adaptive to different scenarios. Let's dive in and make your automation smarter with VBA. Here's what we'll cover in this video. Understanding conditional logic. We'll understand why and when to use it in the VBA. Then, writing basic conditions. Using if, then, else statement. Nested conditions. Handling complex scenarios with nested conditions. Using select case for multiple conditions. Simplifying decision making using multiple conditions. Error handling with conditions will ensure that our code execution is robust. We'll look into some best practices for conditional logics. We'll see some tips for writing clean and efficient code. Now, the question arises, what is conditional logic? Conditional logic in VBA allows your script to make decisions based on a specific condition. For example, you want to highlight cells based on their values or sending alerts if certain thresholds are exceeded or automating actions like data filtering or calculations. Have you ever needed to apply conditional formatting or automate a task based on specific rules? Share your experience in the comments below. Let's start with a simple example of conditional logic using an if-then statement. We'll highlight the values which are greater than 100. How we are going to write it? We'll go to our developer tab, open our VBA code editor, then we'll insert our module and simply we'll start writing our code. We'll write sub we'll define our variables like cell as range. It is showing compilation error because I haven't added a space here. Be very careful while writing your code. Now I'll define one more variable, that is data range as range. Then I'll add a comment that I am going to define the range to check. Adding comments is very important in the code so that it makes it easier to understand after some time. Then I'll add another comment that I am going to add a loop through each cell in the range. I am adding this comment because after this comment I am going to start a loop. I am going to write a for loop. Now I'll add my if statement. Now it is showing another compilation error because I haven't written then and I have pressed enter. I'll add the condition. If my value exceeded then 100, then what is it's going to do? Now in this line, I am highlighting my cell as red. So I'll add a comment that highlight in red. Now I'll end my if statement. Now I'll add a message box claiming that cell greater than 100 have been highlighted. This will show me that the command has been executed or not. Then end sub. I'll save it and I'll run it. It is showing me invalid statement because here I have forgotten to add the space. I'll save it again and then I'll run it. You can see that it has given me the message that cells greater than 100 has been highlighted. Now I'll go to my Excel and I'll see. Now my A1 was names. So if I want to check, I can give my D as well. I'll go to my VBA. I'll change my code from A to D. Then I'll save it and run it again. Again I'll go to this and you can see. Only this has been highlighted because here no score is more than 100. In this code, the key points are the if statement checks if the cell's value is greater than 100 or not. The interior color property changes the cell's background color. This script loops through a specific range and applies formatting based on the condition. Now, try modifying the script to highlight cells based on multiple conditions, such as greater than 200 in blue or greater than equal to 500 in green. Now that we have learned the simple conditions, let's move on to the nested conditions. When you need to evaluate multiple conditions, use nested if statement. For example, if you want to categorize sales data, what will you write? We'll first change our subject name. We'll change it to categorize sales. Then we'll define our cell and data range. Then we'll define the range. We'll check our range here. We'll give the range to stock level, that is E1. So I'll change the range to E1 to E10. Then I'll set the loop. Here I'll change the value to 10. Now I have to write multiple conditions. So I'll first copy it and paste it. In this condition, first I'll set the value to high. In this, I'll use offset method. Offset 0, 1, and if this happens, then the value is set to be high. I have given first one is 10, so I'll set it as low. The other one I am going to set as 20, so I'll set it as medium. Then I'll give a value to high. I'll give the value more than 30 as high. Now first I have written else if. First I have written if, then else if, and then last one will be else. Then we'll end our if statement. Then in our message box, we'll pass the message that sales data category successfully. Now we'll pass the message to sales data categorized successfully. We'll end our sub and we'll run it. Now the key points is else if is used to add additional conditions. Cells.offset places the category in the adjacent column. Now, can you think of another scenario where nested conditions would be useful? Share it in the comments. Now, we'll save it and we'll run it. You can see that it has written that sales data categorized successfully. We'll go to our Excel and we'll see. See? Now, why it is showing low here when the value is not present? Because the value is empty. And that means it is less than 30 or it is less than 20. That's why. Now, we'll look into how to use select case for multiple conditions. For more than 3 conditions, use select case for cleaner and more readable code. For example, if you want to write the code for grading system, how we can write? First, we'll look into our data set. Now, our D column represents the scores. So we'll write our code accordingly. We'll change the name of our subject. I'll name it as assign grades. Then again define the cell as variable, data range as variable. Then we'll define the range to grade. Now it will be D because my performance score was stored in D. Then I'll start the loop. Now in this case, we'll not use if condition but we'll use select case. We'll write select case cell.value, then case is. We'll pass our case. We'll look into our data and then set our scores. If it is 70, I'll give it as C. If it is 60, I'll give it a D. If it's 50, I'll give it an E. And if it is less than 50, I'll give it an F. Or I can just write it as case else. Then in the message box, I'll write the message grades assigned successfully. In this code, select case simplifies handling multiple conditions. Each case defines a range or specific condition to evaluate. Now, enhance this script to include conditional formatting for each grade. In this case, I'll save it, then I'll run it. Now it is showing me error because I forgot to end the statement. I'll save it. Again, I'll run it. You can see that it is giving me a message that grades assigned successfully. I'll go to my Excel and I'll see that the grades are assigned successfully. Now, we'll look into some error handling with conditions. Use conditional logics to manage unexpected scenarios and prevent runtime errors. For example, if we want to check the empty cell, we'll write a code. I'll rename my subject as empty cell, check empty cells. Then again, I'll define my variables, define the range to check. Remember, whenever you are adding any comment in your code, make sure that it is relevant according to your code, so that whenever you are errors handling it, it is giving you a benefit that you can just read it and understand that this part of the code is doing what. Now, I am not going to change the range. For this, I'll write if is empty cell. Then I am going to pass a message box. I am not going to end sub, but I am going to exit sub. Then I am going to end my if statement. Then next cell. Now I'll pass the message box as no empty cell, so that if there is no empty cell, then it can give me a message. I'm going to end sub. Now, is empty checks if a cell is blank or not. Use exit sub to stop execution when a specific condition is met. I am going to save it, and now I am going to run it. You can see that it is passing me the statement that no empty cell found. That means none of the cell is empty. Now, let's look into some best practices for conditional logic. Number 1 is keep it simple. Avoid deeply nested conditions whenever possible. Use select case for better readability. Comment your code. Add comments to explain the purpose of each condition. Optimize ranges. Avoid applying logics to entire columns. Specify a range for faster execution. Use variables. Stores result or conditions in variables to simplify complex logics. In this video, we explored the basic of conditional logic in VBA. We have written the scripts using if-then-else statement, nested conditions, and select cases. We have learned how to handle errors and write efficient and reliable code. Now, you are equipped to make your VBA script smarter and more dynamic. Thank you for watching. If you found this tutorial helpful, please follow Noha Academy for more Excel tips and tricks. Have questions or suggestions? Drop them in the comments. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay curious and keep learning.